Hello, Dave Gibson here once again, editor of Third Wednesday magazine, with another reading from one of our contributing writers. This time we have Annette Sisson reading from her new release from Terrapin Books, Winter Sharp with Apples. Annette is the author of Small Fish in the High Branches, published by Glass Lyre 2022. Her poems have been published in Valparaiso Poetry Review, Birmingham Poetry Review, Rust and Moth, Lascaux Review, and elsewhere. She won the Porch Writers Collective 2019 Poetry Prize. She is professor of English at Belmont University and lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Let us welcome Annette Sisson.
Hi. The first poem I'd like to read for you today is the proem to the book, and it's called Origin Story. It has an epigraph from Margaret Atwood's Moral Disorder and Other Stories that says, "In the end, we all become stories." I lie on a frayed quilt in a back acre, sweep my eyes across the dusky glass. Jeweled studs of stars, nebulas in haze, metal stippling on a black satin canvas. My mind fastens on the belly of the silver river, unreels, aches to touch life's nucleus. Galaxies of cells spiral, cobalt and amber whirl into green. To still the swirl, I focus on the febrile moon, sense its contours of despair, ecstasy, kernel of being, seed of death, twin chambers of a cracked walnut, a pair of fibrous lungs teetering on the edge of breath. The next poem I'd like to read is called First Language. A girl of 5, she dreams in tongues of bark and root. She mounts rungs nailed to a bird trunk, grasps the greening branch above her head, rests her small body up. Hands, elbows, knees, feet. She scrambles one fork to the next. Leaves imbibe light, obscure her parents' jagged mourning, brows drawn, checkbook splayed open, the hiss and rasp of brittle tongues. Harbored among nest and twig, she idles, drifts, breathes in ripples of breeze, exhales sky. The next poem I'd like to read is a mother-daughter poem. It's called Late. My mother presses the vein on the top of her hand, asks if I regret the abortion. Her voice lingers, eyes fixed on the kitchen window. I stir the soup again, replace the stainless lid, gnaw the membrane inside my lip. Many years ago, I heard her breath clutch, silence on the phone line as she pictured me splayed on the bare table, the trickle of blood. For 30 years, she hadn't asked, nursed this ghost, banded it in certainty. Mom, I was never pregnant. My period finally came. She releases the fusty air from her chest, lays down the wraith of raw belief she's carried like a blade. The last poem I'd like to read today was published in Third Wednesday, and it's called Turf, and it has an epigraph from Danusha Lamaris's The Grass in Bonfire Opera. The epigraph says, grass is a shag rug laid over the scuffed floors of history. My daughter nudges the praying mantis marooned high on the storefront window, its body a tapered spear of celery. Below, cliffs of glass, rivers of cement, prairies of asphalt. She rifles through her bag, pulls out a bank deposit slip, slides it under the mantis, the sagging paper on the checkbook, glides away, mindful as a bride. When she reports the tiny corner of green she found behind Target, I nod, tell her a story, the iniquities of grass. Dazzled by Europe's fussy lawns, the founding fathers imported carpets of emerald, Monticello, Mount Vernon, golf courses green as cash, diamond-cut suburbs, the decadence of irrigation. Grass and invasive snuffs out weeds and wildflowers, then pollen, bees, flies, the feasts of predator insects. Perhaps the history of lawns is redeemed by its sweet blades, fibers from the hair of the dead. But our loves, strewn about us in acres of green, might have become mantises, feeding on pollinators, cavorting on dappled rugs of meadow, part blue star, part dandelion. Thank you so much for listening.
Once again, I'd like to thank Annette Sisson for reading from Winter Sharp with Apples. Until next time, I'm Dave Gibson from Third Wednesday Magazine. Goodbye.